Wait, yeah, now we're here. All right, we're here. Everybody, we're here. We're here. We're here. And David's raspberrying into the mic. He doesn't know how to calm down. So, welcome everybody to Sunday night. Welcome to All Things Fantasy Grounds Talk Show. We are here tonight. We're going to be talking about the Starfinder rule set. Before we get started, I just want to give our disclaimer, which is that All Things Fantasy Grounds Talk Show is meant to teach and help people, but the opinions given by us are not that of Smiteworks USA, LLC, or Fantasy Grounds, although I will let Dave decide if his opinions are official word, because he is an employee of Smiteworks, whereas I'm a quasi-subcontracted employee. Anyway, before we get to our guest, let me introduce the co-hosts that I have with me tonight.
I love Starfinder.
You calm down. Fury Fate, how are you? All right, Leroon. Oh.
Oh, wow.
Go ahead. Yeah, I give you 3 seconds, and if you don't come...
No, I'm done.
You're done. Okay, so she's good. I'm just going to answer for her. What about Leroon? How are you, sir?
Wow.
All right. Nice. Everybody's here and ready, paying attention. Very good. Leroon, I think, is eating soup. I don't know what he's doing. So we are here with Digital Dave tonight. David, you've been on the show before. Welcome back. How are you, sir? All right.
I do that.
You lost Leroon. That's why he wasn't answering. He's like,
oh, did he drop off? Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, he did drop off.
I had to be quiet.
He'll be back.
I knew that was just gonna get you so ramped up.
I get riled up, baby. I get riled up. So I've never played Starfinder, and I don't think Leroon has played Starfinder. What about you, Fury? Have you ever played Starfinder?
I have. I actually played it with Dave for a little while.
Yeah, we played for like 2 sessions.
Oh, very good. So I know that you've played, Dave, and you've actually done a lot of videos on Starfinder, which actually we have some links that we can post in the chat. I'll post a few of these links in the Twitch chat for you guys. These are Dave's playlists on YouTube, and they're pretty good. He's got a lot of videos that he's done about Starfinder, also about the products. Yeah, everyone's screaming hashtag banana dogs. Okay, well, let's get that out of the way, Dave. What's up with hashtag banana dogs? The thing that you and I and Schmo were supposed to do a year ago. When's that going to happen?
Do you want to do spoilers or not, or you just want to wait and do it one day
well,
and just let everybody keep guessing? It has been a year.
Yeah.
So what's another month or so? Everybody's already been guessing for over a year. Why don't we just let them guess for another year? Another year. Well, I don't know, maybe.
I think people want us to set a date.
For another month.
I think people want us to set a date so that they can set aside their lives and come and watch us do whatever the hell Banana Dogs is supposed to be.
Well, let's just set a date then.
All right. So, guys, if you're watching in the Twitch chat or if you're watching on YouTube, Dave and I will get together offline after the show, and we will set a date, and I will let everybody know what that is. Very good. All right.
Maybe we need to get Schmo involved too.
Yeah. He's in the chat right now asking like, what the hell? What Banana Dogs 2017? It's long gone. Or 2018, I guess it was. It's only been a year. Whatever, 1 year, 2 year, it doesn't matter. Hashtag Banana Dogs is a damn lie, is what it says there. So, so good. So, Dave, what do you want to say to people about Starfinder, especially those that might be new or have never played it, like me? Tell us how awesome it is.
All right, it is really good.
Cheer bits.
The first thing I can say is it is not Pathfinder in space. Everybody says, it's Pathfinder in space, but it's really not. It's quite a bit. There's quite a few changes from Pathfinder. So if you like sci-fi, it's a beautifully supported game. Every month it has multiple products being released, and if you want a game that's going to be consistent with new content, a lot of new adventures, content that's inside of I'm sure we'll probably talk about this later, but it's just it's an ever evolving game, and there's so much content that comes out for it. It's a good game, and it's not Pathfinder in space. It's Starfinder.
Right. You do hear a lot of people say that it's Pathfinder in space. So I'm glad you're saying that that's kind of a misnomer.
Yeah, it's because these people have probably never read it before. That's probably why. There's some similarities, but like I said, it's not 100%, Pathfinder. There is a lot of lore, with the missing planet of Galarian and a lot of the classic races like the dwarf, the elf, half elf, and human, and all that stuff is in Starfinder. But I mean, I can't emphasize this enough. It's not Pathfinder First Edition. It's not 3.5. It's different.
All right, cool. You've run some campaigns with it, and you've also have you
finished?
And you've done some reviews on YouTube, and I gave the people the links for those. And so a lot of the products that have come out, we've seen you do videos on those too. So yeah, there's just a ton of stuff. And this game is only not about maybe 2 years old is all.
Yeah, this Gen Con, it'll be 2 years old.
Yeah.
So within 2 years, I believe there's around 65 official products already. I mean,
wow.
If you've had the subscription since day one, you're going to have about 65 to 70 products. And that includes hardback core books, APs. And in fact, there's a lot more than that if you count season 1 of Starfinder Society. I think there's around 40 Starfinder Society packets already. So there's a ton of Starfinder content out there. And every month with the adventure paths, it just keeps putting more and more core information into the game, like more planets, whether it be a small planet or maybe a space station in the packed worlds, or if it's in the near space as it's called, or the vast, which is deep space. It just keeps adding more and more content, more weapons, more modifications for weapons, mech suits, spaceships. It just keeps adding everything.
Yeah, now, speaking of spaceships, Lyrin, are you there still? I guess maybe he dropped, I don't know. Oh, wait, I got a message from here. His PC froze, he said. Oh, he says call him back. Okay, hold on a second.
His Tandy froze?
His Tandy TRS-80 Model 1 froze. I don't know... I don't know how to. I think he, Lyrin, if you're listening on Twitch, I can't call you back. You have to just re-enter the call. So click on the thing that you were in before. Just re-enter the call. That's how Fury and Dave got in, I think. Because if I try to recall him, it'll just fuck everything up. Okay, but I know he had a question. There's some like ship combat thing that's not done yet, or something that's being worked on. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Well, yeah, I can talk about this because Doug and I have actually talked about this on a previous Fantasy Grounds Friday.
Okay.
But yes, the Starship Combat Tracker is having to be re-engineered because the developer that we had that pretty much created the rule set, well, there are a couple of people that actually contributed, but the person who was basically making the Starfinder Starship, there's going to be a combat tracker. You're going to be able to enter all of your players into the ship. They're going to have all their actions. Well, that person just basically disappeared.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I know who you're talking about. Yeah. So then the work was just kind of left undone. Okay.
Well, the code we never got the code. So it wasn't submitted or anything. So we have got a few new developers, and they are working on it together. And we're hoping to have something here in the near future for the Starfinder rule set for Starship Combat.
Cheerbits.
Cool. I know Doug wants
Cheerbits in the stream. Thanks for the cheerbits.
Cool. Drake Takes, thank you for the cheerbits. Thank you. So good. So that's coming, everybody. So those of you that play Starfinder already, you probably knew about that. Those of you that are thinking about getting into it, in addition to what I'm showing on the screen here, which is a lot of awesome information in the core rulebook,
They did a really nice job with.
Yeah,
Starfinder.
it does. It looks pretty fantastic. I mean,
it's beautiful.
It is nice. The graphics, really good. Paizo did a great job, and the person that converted this to the rule set or to the module that I'm looking at, the core rulebook, did a fantastic job.
Yeah. The way that the book is set up with all the information, I mean, it doesn't use layman's terms, and the art is amazing. And the way that the classes are set up, there's so many ways to customize your character. There's so many ways to modify your armor, modify your weapons. It's really nicely put together. It really is.
Cool. I think we got Leroon back.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, good. So I don't know if you heard. Hello, I don't know if you heard, but I did ask Dave about the battleship track or the starship. Fuck, I don't know what the name of it is. You guys know what I'm talking about. But that is in the works. Yeah. So, Dave? Can you tell people what you particularly like when you're running campaigns? I mean, it's in space, right? So it's not fantasy. It's sci-fi. But what you particularly like about the rule set as compared to like a Savage Worlds or a D&D or Cthulhu or any other rule set, what you particularly find fun or interesting about it?
Cheer bits.
Yeah, I like the way the
Thanks for
classes
cheer
are
bits.
said, with customization. I love the way that you can weapons with slots. I like and I really like what I really like about Starfinder is Starfinder. It's Starship combat, because in other games, if you have chases or combat or anything like that, it doesn't. Some games don't have every player involved every round, but Starfinder, you have roles like you're either you're Scotty the engineer, or you're Captain Jean-Luc Picard, and as the captain of the ship, or you're a gunner, or you're a science officer, or you're a driver. So every round, everybody gets something to do, and you get an action and a minor action, or a minor action, whatever you want to do every round. So the captain can motivate everybody by if the captain has a cool, if they have a good roll, they can give everybody like a bonus to their rolls, or there's a whole bunch of different actions each different position on the ship can do. And there's like the driver can do all kinds of cool maneuvers, and the gunner can concentrate fire in a certain spot. Science officers can like move the shields around and buff up. It's really cool. That's what I really like about Starfinder. That's one of the main things is Starship combat. And then I like how encumbrance is gone, and I love the bulk system where it's 10 light bulk items equal 1 bulk. And then it's not like you're not playing a dwarf in D&D where the dwarf can carry a whole castle on his back and a kitchen sink.
Yeah, he can carry 90,000 tons on his back. Yeah.
Exactly. It's more realistic. So the majority of your bulk's obviously going to go to your armor and also your weapon. And then you have some more, it's not called encumbrance. I'm used to saying encumbrance, but you have a little bit more bulk to carry everything else. So I like that. I love the attacks of opportunity system. There's only 2 ways to take an attack of opportunity. It's not like, and here, like I said, it's not like Pathfinder, because Pathfinder had 18 pages, a whole chapter on attacks of opportunity. Of course, I'm exaggerating on that, but that's what it feels like. So there's only 2 ways. If you basically cast a spell, or if you move out of the reach, it's almost like D&D 5e. So it's definitely more rule-like. And I don't know, it just has a nice fantasy feel to it as well. Even all the APs and stuff have a really nice fantasy feel.
That's cool.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah, and I've always been impressed, even though I didn't really play Pathfinder. I did play Pathfinder 2 playtest with you and Gwydion and some other people, and Fury, you were part of that, weren't you? It's hard for me to remember.
I don't think I did.
You don't? Okay, so but so my point is that I haven't really been a purchaser of Paizo products per se, but I'm very impressed with because since I'm the social media coordinator for Smiteworks, I see every product that comes out, and I tweet out about, and I put a picture of every new thing, right? And Paizo just cranks out stuff. They are just relentless. You know, WotC puts out 2 books or 3 books a year, and these guys are putting out 2 or 3 a month. They're amazing with the amount of map packs, APs for
utility
both
stuff.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's crazy.
So there's never gonna be a time where someone is like, "Oh, I've played all the Starfinder stuff. I've done it all." Like, that's not possible. Like, there's so much stuff, and so I have been impressed with them that with the amount of products they put out.
And this goes to say, with the amount of products, it's not like it's garbage either. This stuff is like high quality crap. And I don't mean crap as like negative, but this is high quality stuff. You know, like the Water Boy says, if high quality H2O. I mean, this stuff is great. You know, I mean, look at Starfinder Society. Honestly, there's some public play stuff that is just absolute garbage that's put out. And all the other companies, the major companies in the RPG industry, they need to take a look at how Paizo does Pathfinder Society and Starfinder Society, and they need to replicate their public play systems to Paizo, because Paizo owns the market when it comes to public play, because it's just so beautifully put together.
Yeah, I agree. I've been part of another company's public play, who shall go unnamed. I think everybody knows who I'm talking about. And it's just not that great. It's just not great. I get why they have certain rules in it, and it just seems to me, since in the past 5 years, all I hear are stories of people's frustrations, and also my frustrations, which is why I stopped doing it. But I've never heard a bad story about Pathfinder organized games. Garbage. But yeah, Paizo, the way they've organized, I mean, I was always kind of anti-Paizo, because I was very, you know, I know that Paizo was started 10 years ago by 2 guys that used to work at Wizards of the Coast, and that's fine. That's how America is. You go off and create your own thing, and everybody loves it. But I was kind of anti-Paizo the way I was anti-Jimmy Fallon when he first started, because I was very mad at him for some things he did on Saturday Night Live and stuff. But then years goes by, and now
they
Paizo
screwed Conan. They screwed Conan.
They screwed Conan. They did. They screwed him. But now I'm very impressed with Paizo, and especially because of Starfinder, which I don't even play. That's why I'm so excited about the show tonight, because, you know, everybody knows I'm a huge 5e guy, and I want to give some love to the other rule sets. And some of our shows upcoming, we're going to talk about Cthulhu and Savage Rules and stuff. But I was really glad to get you to come by, Dave, because I have been impressed with Paizo's production. I've been impressed with the quality of their stuff. And if I do play Pathfinder 2 or Starfinder, I know that I'm going to be having good things. You know, I'm looking at this book right now as you're talking on the screen, and it is just impressive, all the stuff that they have in here. It's pretty awesome.
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, they got a third bestiary or bestiary coming out at the.
Oh, they do. Wow.
They've got a whole massive 300-page book of nothing but weapons and gear and stuff. I mean, it's, you know, it's like when Starfinder first came out, I thought it was going to be like Pathfinder. I'm like, oh, great. This is going to be Goblins in Space. This is going to be Spelljammer 2.0.
Yeah.
And I was not looking forward to it. And when I got a hold of the beta book and I was looking at it, I'm like, wow, this is really good. This is actually, it exceeded my expectations. So I went ahead and I signed up for all the subscriptions. So I was happy that I did. I mean, there's so many cool things. Yeah, you got the augmentation screen. Dude, you can even get spider legs. You can even
nice.
In the armory book, you can even get spider legs and, you know, mount your body. It's crazy the stuff you can do.
Tell me a little bit about when you signed up for the subscriptions, how many are there and how much do they cost and what do you get? Like, what does that mean, the subscriptions?
Okay, so the subscriptions are, you subscribe sort of like you would subscribe to Fantasy Grounds, to the monthly, you know, standard or ultimate license for subscription.
Okay.
So there's multiple subscriptions for Starfinder. And this may be a little winded because there's a little bit to it, but I'm not going to try to confuse you. There is a core book subscription, and you get only a couple books a year. Whenever they put out a hardback, that's when you get something. So, the subscriptions, you get something every month, but they're not blasting you with products from every single subscription every single month. So it's not like that.
Right.
Now, besides the core book subscription, there is a utility subscription, and that usually has your bestiary pawn packs, your pawn packs for the adventure paths. It has decks of cards, DM screens, stuff like that. That's usually every couple of months or so. Then there is an adventure path subscription, and that is, you get a book every month for that. It was every 2 months, but about a year ago, they switched it to every month. And then lastly, there is a map pack subscription, and you get a map pack, one of the beautiful fold out flip mats or flip mats, whatever you want to call them. You get one of those every 2 months. And then if you have all four, that means you're a Starfinder super subscriber. And then they give you for free Starfinder Society. And you get 2 Starfinder Society packets a month. And then they also give you, not only do you get the physical products, but you also get free PDFs as well, which is awesome, especially if you're someone like me that plays mostly online. You get the PDFs for free. And then also on top of that, you get a 15% discount on all of the Starfinder subscriptions and 15% off anything Paizo related in their store. So when I bought my Pathfinder 2 playtest books, I got 15% off. So nice. Yeah, it's awesome. So you have to have all 4 Starfinder subscriptions to get the free Starfinder Society stuff, and also the 15% off. But any subscription gives you the free PDFs. But that's how the system works. And it's nice. I liked it.
So that begs the question, if they give you the PDFs free, then if you buy the Fantasy Grounds module, do you get the discount from the PDF?
You do.
Wow. So
absolutely.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for those that don't know, Paizo has a deal. Wizards of the Coast does not. Pinnacle Entertainment does not. Actually, none of the other rule sets have it. Just Paizo, which would be Pathfinder, Pathfinder 2, and Starfinder. If you own or buy the PDF of the thing that you want that has a corresponding Fantasy Grounds module, you get a discount from the Fantasy Grounds module, and vice versa. If you buy the Fantasy Grounds module for full price, I think they give you the PDF for free.
Correct. Yeah.
So it's a pretty. So
basically,
you got to go into your account and link that up, but it's pretty awesome. We've talked about that before, but as a reminder to people, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah. So basically, the Starfinder APs cost about $22 on Fantasy Grounds. Now, if you have the subscription, the PDFs are $15 a piece. So you take $15 off of that, and then you're only really paying $7 per AP. And that goes for Pathfinder too. But some APs are $24, some are $22. So you'll still take that price of the PDF off. I mean, that's pretty much why there's not bundles, because of that discount. So
yeah, and so if you have those subscriptions you were talking about, you'd be getting all those PDFs for free. So all the Fantasy Grounds modules would be like about $7 or $10 is all you'd pay.
That's it. That's exactly
crazy. Somebody might be signing up for subscriptions later. I mean, I didn't. I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm be honest with the 3 people I'm talking to, but also anybody that's watching. When I thought, I'll have Dave on the show and we'll talk about Starfinder, I literally thought to myself, it'll be good to put that information out there and give everyone a view of Starfinder and expose it to people. But I had no personal interest in it. But in the last 25 minutes, I'm now sort of super interested in this. And I might actually be a person who starts to play this and go and buy those subscriptions and stuff because it looks pretty cool.
Here's the thing though, Rob, and I'm sorry to jump in. Now, you have to think about it. We're at, it's almost July 1st. In a couple hours, it's going to be July 1st.
Right.
Pathfinder 2 is 1 month away from being released. I can't believe it's a month away from being released. Now, here's the thing. Do you want the Starfinder subscriptions or do you want the Pathfinder subscriptions? Pathfinder 2.
That's the thing.
That's the thing.
I would probably...
Pathfinder 2 is pretty awesome.
Yeah, I did enjoy Pathfinder 2 when we play tested it. I like the 3-action economy. I know there's some people, like a friend of mine was complaining that you have to spend an action before your turn to raise your shield, and he's like, that's bullshit. He's all mad about it. But I like
Go play D&D. If you don't like
That's right, go play D&D. So
sorry, just go play D&D. That's the way it is in Pathfinder.
I might. It depends.
Wow,
I mean,
shots fired.
A couple shots fired. Don't worry. This is this friend I'm talking about is no one who even knows what Twitch is, so he's not going to hear it. He's like 75 years.
Matter.
Yeah, he's
Don't
like 70. This guy. Well, he does. This guy that I'm talking about, my friend who lives in Spokane here with me. He's 74 years old. He DM'd Gygax at like Gen Con 2. Like that's how old he is. Nice. But anyway, but he calls he every time he has a complaint, he's like, those 8th graders over at WotC, they don't know what they're doing. He's an old eccentric man, much older and more.
No, they've just made D&D, bigger than it's ever been.
Right. They don't know what they're doing.
They haven't done it.
But I think my personal decision is how much money do I want to spend, because I can honestly see myself getting crazy and signing up for both, like getting Pathfinder 2 and Starfinder. Just get everything.
You need to start spending that DM's Guild money.
I know. Well, I have, bro. I have. Yeah. Tommy hasn't invoiced me yet, so I owe him a few grand. But yeah, I do need to start spending more of that money. But people have actually asked me before, hey, when are you going to make the codes for Starfinder? When are you going to make the codes for Pathfinder? When are you going to make the codes for 3.5? And, my answer to that is always, well, I could do that, but I've got nowhere to sell it. You can sell it on... You can't sell that on DM's Guild, because that's only D&D 5e. You could sell it on DriveThruRPG, but then the only people that would buy that are the people that I tell personally, hey, it's there, go get it. You put something on DriveThru, it's literally among 500,000 items, and you're never going to get seen. I have stuff on DriveThruRPG that nobody even knows about. But
garbage.
It's garbage.
Not your stuff. Not your DM.
But yeah, DM's Guild's been pretty good to me.
I'm gonna play a Rouge. I'm gonna buy that Rouge. Yeah,
the Rouge pack. Yeah.
Come on. If you're gonna put something on DM's Guild, at least spell the goddamn name right. I mean, come on, dude.
The Rouge.
Do some proofreading.
I would like to play a Mulan Rogue, please. Yeah. Just fucking spell check it.
A Merlon Rouge.
So, Fury, why don't you tell us when you played? I know you only played 2 sessions, but did you like it? Did you think you would play more in the future, or was it not for you? You can be honest.
Loved it. I thought it was super cool. And I would totally come back and play with Dave anytime because he's a great DM, first of all. And secondly, his whole setting was really cool. And I mean, this is like my first time playing Starfinder. I'm like, what? I could totally like commandeer and be a space pirate and take their ship and leave them stranded on a planet full of hostiles? Sure, why not?
Let's do it. Yeah.
Well,
it does sound
I could
fun.
tell, Fury, I could tell that you enjoy the game, but you have to have, most of the players that were in that game that we were playing, they were all 5e junkies. And I don't mean 5e junkie in a bad way. I mean that's pretty much all they played. And I just didn't feel that most of the players involved were into Starfinder. And if your players aren't into Starfinder, and if they're and that doesn't just go for Starfinder, but any game that you're running, it's you can tell this is a DM, and that's why the game didn't last too long, is because I could tell that Fury was into it because of the way that she was playing her pirate character. That was really cool. And I know that one other player was into it, but most of the party wasn't. So that's why I pulled the plug on. And then I pulled the plug on a lot of games because I could just tell that players weren't into it. So if I ever play a Starfinder game again, which I'm hoping to, I will get like-minded individuals like myself that will want to play Starfinder. It's like when I'm gonna be running a Dungeons and Dragons 4th edition Nintervale campaign. I want to have players that want to play 4th edition. I just don't want players saying, "Oh, Dave's running the game. I want to get." I don't want that. I want players that want to play the game that I'm playing, like Savage Worlds. They need to want to play Savage Worlds.
Yeah, I agree with that. When I first started streaming like 4 years ago, I took anybody I could get, like, because nobody knew who I was. I was like, okay, you want to play? You're in.
Yeah.
But now I interview people and I talk to them first before I invite them to a campaign, just because of what you're saying. I want to make sure, I'm not trying to discriminate amongst people, but I do want a person in my game who's into it, who can commit to the weekly schedule and be there every time, and I talk to them. I just get to know them a little bit. And this is how I get to know people is I play with them in my 5e pickup games, and they come and they play 4, 5, 6, or 1,200 times, and I get to know them, and then I say, hey, do you want to play in my other game? And I think it's fair to do that because you are getting somebody who's interested and committed, and also is willing to like use push to talk and wear a headset and all these other things. But
a lot of the time, though, Rob, these people will just say, because they know that they're not going to find another game.
Well, but if you talk to them for 20 minutes, you can tell. You can read between the lines and see if they're bullshitting you. But
believe me, people will tell you anything to get into the game.
So like I said, I have a farm system. I have a 5e pickup games, which allows me. I've met about 100 players doing that. And some people come and they play once and they play twice and leave. Some people are there every time. But I get to know who the players are that work well with me in when I'm DMing, and then I can then say to them, I mean, right now I'm not running any new campaigns, but when I do, you can rest assured I'll go down that list and invite people. And
5e!
5e! It's got to be 5e.
I'm running anything but 5e.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
And I do love 5e, don't get me wrong. And a lot of people have criticized me.
Well, I think people get mad
away from 5e.
Yeah, but that's because that's how they got to know you, right? Like they knew you as a 5e guy, and then all of a sudden you're playing different stuff, and people get pissed off. But yeah, whatever.
I'm pulling out the rug from under him, Rob.
Do it. Make them fall on their ass.
No, I mean, I love basic Dungeons and Dragons. I love D&D 4th edition. I love Savage Worlds, and I love 13th World, and I also love Shadow of the Demon Lord. But I've been worried about, what are people going to want to watch? And that is like the worst philosophy to ever have. And that's what I worried about for the last 4.5, 5 years of doing this. And when I took, when we had our Kickstarter and I took a month off, and I was thinking, I'm like, when I come back, I just don't want to keep doing the same thing that I'm not happy doing.
Right.
Am I making the right video that people want to watch? Or I don't care about that anymore. I'm just turning it on and talking. Like my basic Dungeons and Dragons or Beck Me. Do I want to add optional, character customization? That was I would have never done that. But now I just turn on the camera and I just talk to the camera, and I love the discussion that comes. I've got more input and discussion and comments from my videos over the last 2 weeks than probably the last year combined. Oh, everybody loves the 5e Dungeon of the Mad Mage and Omi Barton, stuff like that. But, my players were playing those characters for over 3 years. They want to take a break too. Yeah. It's not just me wanting to take a break. They want to take a break too. And we want more Omi. We want more 010. We want more Vey. I'm like, well, they don't want to play D&D 5e. And no matter how much you try to explain this to folks, they just don't want to hear it. That, it's not Critical Role. It's not like I'm getting 500,000 views on a video.
That used to make me mad when people would come and, they'd come in the chat and go, "Where's your cameras? Where's your players?" And I'm like, "Go watch Critical Role. That's not what I'm doing here." I mean, eventually I want to move to that just because it's nice to have players' faces, reactions on there. But I don't have a TV studio like those guys do. I'm not spending thousands of dollars per episode on producing that. We just got our computers and our cameras in our houses. Like, what do people expect?
Yeah. You don't have the CBS production truck sitting outside.
No, right, like those guys do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, people have to understand they have 500,000 people watching them, but they probably spend $20,000 every time they turn on the camera doing that. Yeah. And me, I'm trying to spend. Yeah, they got. Yeah, that's true. They do have you have a major corporation backing them now, but. I mean, if Matthew Mercer's your thing, you go right ahead. God bless you. You go watch it.
And all of my games from now on are going to have. All of my games are going to have webcams now. So if my players aren't going to want to use webcams,
I'm moving. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say webcam
because
to play.
I do want that. Yeah, for and plus I had a pay to play structure anyway with my Patreon page that I just shut down today actually because I just can't commit to it. With work and having beta coming up and then open beta and the release of the Unity version. It's just going to get more and more increasingly demanding for support. And I just can't commit right now anymore to Digital Dungeon Master as much as I have been able to do in the past. And, it's a tough decision because it's been a huge part of my life. It's been my life for the last 5 years.
Oh yeah.
And that's a huge decision to make. And it breaks my heart to do it, but I just I have other responsibilities. I have a 75-year-old mother that has needs and she lives with me now, so I have to factor that into the equation. So my life has changed over the last year plus, and so Digital Dungeon Master has just been going back and back and back to the wayside. And if I can't commit to something 100%, I just don't. It's not that I don't want to do it. It's just that I don't want the expectations to be there,
right?
And me not being able to fulfill those expectations. So that's why.
Yeah, like I said, when I got
it's a hard decision.
When I got your Patreon message today that you were ending that, the first thing in my head was, oh, that makes total sense because I know, from talking to you personally and everything, I know the busy times you have, and people. For those of you that don't know, I can't believe anybody watching wouldn't know this, but Dave is the full-time customer service agent for SmiteWorks. So all day long, he's answering your complaints. and I know you don't have to admit it, Dave, but I know that a lot of people send emails and they want something fixed or something's wrong. And I'll bet you a great percentage, 60% or more, and you don't have to confirm this is just my guess, but 60% or more people who send in emails, it's just because they missed something or they didn't read how to do it, or, they're always... because that's people's the way of the internet now is don't research your problem and try to figure it out yourself. Just email somebody who can tell you what to do. Like that's the mentality. I'm almost sure that's what half.
But that's why I'm there, though.
Yeah, but I mean, but what I'm saying is a lot of the Fantasy Grounds is really awesome. There's not too much with Fantasy Grounds that you can't figure out. Like if you click on something and it didn't work the way you thought it was, you probably just did it wrong.
You can Google it. Yeah, you can Google most of it, and it will, if you get like maybe a runtime bad allocation error or some kind of Java error or something like that, you can usually just copy paste that strand of text and put it in Google, and it will pop up with a result. And that's what I do too. Sometimes when I see something that comes through the support channel, I'm like, wow, how did this happen? First thing I do is I always Google it. And
right.
most of the time, someone in the past has had a similar issue. Now, if there's like problems with Mac and stuff, because, we do support Linux and Mac, I've never used Linux and I've never used Mac. So I usually ask Doug for help with Mac because he's usually pretty familiar with that stuff.
Right.
But other than that, but honestly, everybody there's sometimes the occasional person that probably has a bad day or something like that. But for the most part, I don't have any bad support stories. I mean, there's a couple, but I mean, like I said, it's just sometimes people have bad days. I think that's probably what it is. And then, when you help them out, they always realize what happened. They're like, oh man.
Yeah, and I'm totally basing what I said about that on my own experience from, I get a lot of emails and PMs in Discord daily. And, someone will say, oh, I went to figure out how this worked and I couldn't figure it out. And then, I'm such a smartass. I mean, I don't want to make people mad, but I can't help myself by responding with something like, oh, you mean right here in the instructions where it tells you how to do that? And they go, oh, okay, my bad. Read the fucking manual, Jesus. But and I just know that you're getting a lot of complaints, not just you because you work for Fantasy Grounds, but any company. People call up and they go, I can't turn on my TV. And they go, well, did you press the power button? Oh, okay, thank you, bye. What? I don't understand on my computer when I push the cup holder on my computer. Yeah, sir, that's not a cup holder. That's a disk drive.
Job security.
Job security.
Why does my cup holder keep shutting on me?
Right. My coffee spills every time that thing shuts. Yeah, okay. Good luck to you. What are you going to do with a person like that? So, but yeah, Starfinder, I'm still scrolling. I mean, we've been talking for almost 45 minutes, and I'm still scrolling through this book. I'm not done yet.
You're persistent. You get an A for effort.
So
I think that was a Botacorp, that last one you were.
Oh, Factions, a Botacorp. Yeah, this one.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I like that image. That's a cool one.
Yep, that's a good one. He looks like he's maybe a little angry at something on his iPad or whatever you call that thing. I'm sure it's not an iPad. Oh, this guy looks cool.
A space iPad.
It's a space iPad.
Yeah, Yasaki. He's a little porker though. Guy's a porker.
that's Splug in space almost.
Yeah, it is.
Hell Knights. Oh Jesus. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, and the art, I'm not really into artwork, but when I see stuff that's really good like this, it makes me like, wow, this is really good artwork. I love it.
Yeah, they put a lot of money into creating their stuff.
She's got a staff.
Plus, I think Paizo has. That's probably.
Paizo did what?
I think they have full-time artists on payroll.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
They would have to.
Yeah, there's no way they could crank out stuff like this.
Yeah.
That's another reason.
Everything looks so beautiful.
I know it does. It looks really nice. Oh. So yeah, I might be going to Paizo.com and saying, dear those guys, how much money do you want? It's going to be a horrible thing.
Dear Paizo, I have a lot of
money I made from Wizards of the Coast. Would you like some of it? Yeah. It'd be true. I mean, that money that I make is only because Wizards of the Coast exists, which we're supposed to be calling Dungeons and Dragons now. We're not supposed to call them Wizards of the Coast anymore. We're supposed to call them Dungeons and Dragons. All right, whatever, guys. Oh, other gods, outer gods. There's a difference.
Mm-hmm.
Threats.
So, speaking of all the Starfinder characters that Rob keeps scrolling through and fangirling about, Dave, do you have a favorite character that you've played in Starfinder?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I have two characters that I really like. I like the Vesk soldier. I love the Vesk. I mean, they're like the orcs of space. You know what I mean? And I also like the Sheerans too. Those are pretty cool. I like the Sheeran and I like the Mystic. But if I was going to play in a game, I'd probably play one of those two. Probably kind of leaning towards the soldier because I just want to blow shit up like every other player.
Yeah, yeah. I'm into blowing shit up as well.
That's what I would do. Get me one of those big old laser pole arm, waylay everyone in half.
This thing is huge. I don't know how many pages the hardback is, but man,
500 pages, I think.
Yeah, it's funny.
The Pathfinder core book's going to be 600 pages.
Yeah, it's funny. The Pathfinder core book is 600. The Bestiary is 400. So somebody, I was just laughing. Somebody wrote, a friend of mine said that they Didn't want to get into Pathfinder 2 because they thought it might be too complicated, and 1,000-page introductory books is not helping, or whatever. I was like, that was so funny.
Dude, Pathfinder 2 is nothing like 3.5. It's even more rule friendly than Star. They got rid of attacks of opportunity. There's no more chapter on attacks of opportunity. There's only one class that gets an attack of opportunity, and that is the fighter at level 1. But the paladin at level 8, if they haven't changed it since playtest, they can use a class feature to purchase attack of opportunity. That's it. So you can just run around, and it's like basic D&D. You can just run around and not worry about, taking attacks of opportunity. Wow.
Whoa, I found errors. I found WB errors in here. Boom, boom, boom. Error. Ha ha. All right, I got to tell them about that. That's the in the whole book. I'm in the last page of the book, literally the last page. No errors in there until the last page.
Yeah. I think Russell's probably maintaining the Starfinder rule set now. I know he's added quite a bit to like weaponry and stuff like that. So,
let's see, conversion notes. Doug signed this, but is he the? Does it say who the website or the who made this? Do we know? If it was me, my name would be fucking. You'd see it in there right away. There'd be no mistake because I'm a fucking. I want my name in there, but it should say Fantasy Grounds converted by.
Yeah,
I didn't see it.
No, it doesn't look like it's in there. Maybe because he's not with the company. Maybe.
Oh, maybe yeah. So Doug, Doug signed this, but I don't know that he did the rule set. But anyway, I'll just put it on the forums, or they'll figure it out. Lady Shell says, "Don't forget to ask about the spacing thing for FG." What does that mean, Leron?
I'm not sure what she's getting at.
Lady Shell, could you retype that, or tell us what you mean? Meanwhile, I'm going to give away a prize since we like to do that here. I'm going to give away a trip to Dave's house to read all of his books on his bookshelves. No, I'm not doing that.
You'd never leave the house.
Yeah, you'd be there forever. Let's do... I'll just have to give away a prize that I can give away, which is the Starfinder rule set comes with the... you don't pay for the rule set, right? It's just part of Fantasy Grounds, isn't it?
Yeah. You don't get the core book there.
No, but you get the rule set, right? Okay, so yeah.
We'll give you a free Starfinder rule.
Is that what we're doing? How much?
A free 5e rule set and
I'm gonna give away a DM's
and
Guild.
Numenera. And we'll throw in Starfinder just
I'll give you a Pathfinder rule set. No, give a shit everything already has. Okay, so no, I'll just give away a DM's Guild item that way I can do it. I have control over that. So I'm going to start the thing. The keyword is Dave, everybody, so enter !Dave. And this will be for a DM's Guild item of mine that you don't have.
Whoa.
So you can win something, and a free Rob Tui icon. That's also available to people.
It's the #Banana Dog Adventure. It's going to be soon be brought to you on DM's Guild.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't know that somebody thought it would be appropriate to make in my Discord. If you go to my Discord, there are 2 icons. I forget who made these. Was it Marbania or was it Celestian? I can't remember who it was. There's two icons you can use in my channel. One of them is Kevin. And if you type in the icon for Kevin, you will get a Fuck Kevin icon. And if you go to the other one is Prom Date, and if you type that one in, you'll get Prom Date, because I say that every fucking 2 seconds. I haven't said it at all today. Okay, so let's go back to the contest.
They let you have that? They let you have the F Kevin one?
It's just in my personal Discord server, so nobody's complained about it. I mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was something that.
Can I if I go to yours? If I go to your general chatting, can I do it? I don't know if I can do it.
I don't know.
Yeah, I can. Well, the reason I can do it is you have your server set to allow outside things, so there's you can turn that off or whatever. But everybody loves fuck Kevin. All right, you know the Kevin story. Let's see this. Let's see this. Here we go. Okay. Oh, we have more people enter than normal this time. Excellent. How many people do we have here, by the way?
Because they want all those free rule sets, so we advertised, Rob.
Yeah, no. Yeah, on July 28th, we're giving away a shit ton of prizes. 4 ultimate licenses, gift certificates worth 150, 25, 25, and I'm probably forgetting something else. I'll go over at the end of the show.
Spend it, Rob. Keep spending it.
Spend it. Okay, let's do it. So the winner is boom, Walking Dude. I'm going to draw another winner. Walking Dude, you shouldn't even answer that. You shouldn't even enter these because you're on my team. You can pretty much have anything you want because you're on my team. So I'm going to pick another winner.
Whoa.
Walking Dude, you can just tell me what you want. Oh, there we go. Rammer. Is it Ram? I hope it's Rammer and not R Hammer 2, whatever it is. You win.
I like Rammer better.
Rammer. Rammer, you win. So Rammer. Ram her too. That's how I'm going to say your name now. Ram her too.
Fury's over there rolling her eyes like dickheads.
Yeah, we're dickheads. We're totally
exactly
dickheads.
what I'm doing.
Please, Rammer, don't hurt him. Okay, so Rammer, if you're not in my Discord, click on that link and go to my Discord, and then just PM me and say, "Hey, Rob, I won on your show tonight," and I'll tell you how you can get your prize. If you have questions, we're about ready to let Dave go and live his life. Yeah, there's the Rob Flair token right there. Shit, you guys can all go into Discord and copy that and send it to your mother. How's your mother? Starfinder is not one of the free rule sets. Is that true?
That is false. Starfinder has been added to.
It has been added.
Each license.
The 2E Turtle, yeah, that was. You spelled 2E wrong, you bastard.
It was added quite a few months ago.
Yeah, I think people still might think it's not because you used to have to buy it, but now it's been added, so you can get the Starfinder rule set. It doesn't come with the rule book or anything, but you do have the rule set.
It's SFRPG, but yes, it is free.
Yeah, I'll show people right now.
It is the rule set. It is not the core book.
So if you have the license and you go to your Fantasy Grounds and you create a new campaign, there's 2E, there's 3.5, 4E, 5E, all the way down. It's called SFRPG, and it is in your account. This is a free rule set for everybody. What? Yeah. Okay.
Look at that. Even Pathfinder RPG 2 is in there.
Yes, it is. Also, the Strange. What the hell is that? I don't even know what the Strange is.
Pretty much the Numenera rule set, but the Strange.
Is it? Okay. Rollmaster Classic. Numenera, I think you have to...
on the end of that. The Stranger. Never mind.
Cthulhu, you might have to buy. Castles and Crusades,
you have to buy.
You might have to buy.
CNC, you have to buy.
Yeah. Okay. So, but Starfinder is there. You do not have to buy it. It is part of your license. So there you go. 2E Turtle. That is the correct spelling. Thank you, Lady Shell. So if you guys have questions about Starfinder, questions for Dave, or questions about anything Fantasy Grounds, we always like to remind our viewers that you can ask any Fantasy Grounds questions and we'll answer. You've got some experts here with you. Go ahead and ask them.
I got a question for you, Rob.
Oh, all right. Go ahead, David.
What are you wearing right now?
Okay, I've got a black shirt on, and I've got my blue and dark blue striped boxer briefs and slippers. This is what I have on.
Dave, you must have missed that episode.
Which one was that?
We got Rob to strip live on one of the shows.
Oh my.
I would like to see that video. I do not remember that. I have no knowledge of this.
YouTube or it didn't happen.
We should give out these links, Layron. We forgot to. We gave out Dave's. Here, I'll do these again, in case anybody was late to the show. This is 3 links, all playlists to Dave's YouTube channel regarding Starfinder information. And then this one is a drive-through RPG. Dave, you can go ahead and yell garbage at this point. That is a drive-through RPG link that will show you only Starfinder things that are for sale for Virtual Tabletop Fantasy Grounds. So that'll narrow it down. This is a Grimmer Space. For those of you that don't know, you can check this link out. That is a Kickstarter for Grimmer Space. And the only reason we're showing that on today's show is that it is a sci-fi Starfinder compatible Kickstarter that does have a Fantasy Grounds component. So the Kickstarter's over, but you can at least check it out to see if it's something that you might want to look at in the future. Mm-hmm. This link that I'm posting now is the Fantasy Grounds store filtered for Starfinder only. And then this is the Paizo website. If you're interested in doing any of those subscriptions Dave was talking about, that's the Paizo Starfinder website right there. And if you guys have ideas for the show, I'll put the idea informer in there as well. The show has an idea informer the same way that Fantasy Grounds itself does. And the same way John sees everything that's typed into that one and gets an email. If you type an idea for the show into our ATFG idea informer, Furied and Leroon and I all get emails, so we can all be aware of what your idea might be for the show. And speaking of ideas for upcoming shows, we did Dave today, and thanks again, Dave, for being here. It was awesome.
You can do me anytime, Rob.
I'm going to do you as much as... Oh, I can't wait to see you next month, buddy. Savage Worlds next week.
There's a question, actually.
Oh, is there?
Alpha Party DMs, any word by Drake Take. We're so slammed right now with
I do know. Yeah.
Stuff.
Is he just asking who the DMs are? I do know that.
We don't know yet. We have no clue.
I was told who they were, and then unless that's changed.
We haven't. Who told you? We haven't even really talked.
Honestly. I was told that the 4 DMs were John, Jen, Doug, and you.
Oh.
This was a couple months ago. Because I sent
running the game then.
I sent because that was listed in the Kickstarter. I think those names were listed in the Kickstarter unless they took them out. But the reason I know that is because I sent a note to Jen saying that I was going to try to play in her game since I already know 3 of these other yahoos and I don't know her very well. So I said I'm going to try to play in your game, and then she sent me back, "Oh, fun." But this was like in May. So it was like 2 months ago, beginning of May. But anyway, so maybe we don't know for sure then, I guess. But
Savage... I guess I know what I'll run then.
Pathfinder 2, Starfinder.
No, I will do this right here. I will do the Stranger Things box set.
Yeah. Oh, wait, let me get you on camera.
I will do Stranger Things.
Oh, nice.
I'll do Stranger Things. So, yeah.
Very good.
And you know what? I'll break out I'm going to bring a ton of miniatures. If I'm DM and a ton of miniatures to Florida, and I'm gonna give all of my players a character folio and spell cards, and because I'm sure everybody's gonna want to play 5e. So,
dear Jen, I'm gonna play totally Dave's game instead. But let's see what else. Oh, so
I'm gonna go all out. I'm gonna go all out for the patrons. So
you're gonna make you're gonna make
I definitely gonna go all out.
You're gonna shame everybody else. I love it.
I'm gonna have like 1,000 miniatures and all these.
It's gonna be great when you show up and outshine the co-owners of the company. That's gonna be fantastic. All right, Savage Worlds rule set. We're gonna talk about next week. Week after that, Lisa Chen from DM's Guild will be on with us. Week after that, I'm super excited. Well, I'm excited to talk to Lisa, but I'm super excited. I'm going to make an extension from scratch with the help of Celestine and Diablo Bob. We're going to make it live on the air. FGC second anniversary. You definitely want to be here for that show. That's the 28th. This is what we're giving away: 4 ultimate licenses, a $25, two $25 gift certificates to Game Tile Warehouse, courtesy of Chris. Something from Devon Knight. We don't know what it is yet. The Everything Rob Tui packages, gonna be that, and then we are going to give away
the Rob Tui package.
Yeah, that's right.
He's gonna be giving his package away. Like,
dude, I spread my package around for free sometimes. That's how I have to do it.
I didn't go that far.
We're gonna give away a $100 gift certificate to the FGC store, and a $50 gift certificate to the to Game Tile Warehouse. But these are highlighted yellow because those are not prizes that are won on the show. They're just going to be given away on the show. But in order to win those, you have to DM a game for the FDW weekend, the Founders Day weekend. So these prizes are only eligible to those people who DM games for that weekend, July 26, 27, 28. So just be aware of that, everybody. And then, you know me, I'll throw something in besides that because it has to be a big day. And then I've already today I came.
I'll buy you a beer in Orlando.
That's right. You have to. So it only costs a plane ticket to Orlando to win that. And then after that, we're gonna go over the more core rule set, and then we're gonna go over the DMG Forge for 5e, and then Call of Cthulhu. So we've got a lot of shows. Normally we scramble, like what are we gonna do? But we've got the next 7 shows planned. So if you guys have ideas, like I said, let us know, and we'll try to get it in. Any final questions, dump them into the chat right now, and we will... Dave coming to the rental house... Oh, yeah. Drake Takes is asking if you're... No, because you're going to be spending time with your son while you're there, right?
In Orlando, yeah, we're going to have 2...
We were going to invite you to on Friday, the day after the Smiteworks event, we were going to invite you to come over and hang with the 4 of us in our place that we're renting. We're staying an extra day, that's why.
I would love to.
All right,
I may be able to stop by and say hey, but I'm gonna see my son. Actually, it's my old in Orlando.
It's your what?
And my old stomping ground.
Oh right, yeah.
So yeah, so my son. I haven't seen my son. It's actually been a year now since I haven't seen my son. So it's gonna be nice to see him, and we're gonna spend a couple of days and. We're gonna go do a bunch of stuff. So
cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice. And then I'm gonna have the drive back to El Paso because my mother's going. So she wants to go see her friends. She goes, I want to go see my friends one more time before I kill off. I'm like,
she's got to get that extra bridge game in. I know how it is. Bingo. I know what happens.
Yeah, I got to go play bingo one more time. So
I have a 75-year-old mother. She died 5 years ago, but she was 75. So we have the same kind of mother. Yours is alive. Mine's dead. All right, everybody calm down. I didn't mean to freak the show out, but all right. So Dave, any final words from you, sir, before we sign off?
Give Starfinder a try.
Ooh, I like it.
It's a good game. It really is.
That might be the best.
To comment, give Savage Worlds a
Give Savage Worlds a try
next week
too.
Is on Savage Worlds.
Excellent.
Savage Worlds is great.
Cool. Yeah, I love exploding dice. I love it. Furied Fate. Any good job, Negative Nancy. Thanks, Jonah. Any words from you as we depart the show this evening, ma'am?
No, but I mean, everyone, like Dave said, everyone should give Starfinder a try at least once.
Yeah,
cool.
It's a good game.
And Leroon. Anything from
everybody
you,
give 5e a try. Sorry. I mean, yeah.
No, I just want to remind everyone that we are having our second annual Founders Day weekend festival coming up the 26th to the 28th of July. And as far as Starfinder goes, we do have a small crew of people in the college trying to form up and make a effort to teach and also help people get into Starfinder. So if you're one of those people that are really interested in that rule set, come on over to the college. I'd like to talk to you and see if you want to partake in our teaching and lessons and curriculum and games and whatnot. So thank you.
All right,
He's always
good.
so professional, Rob, isn't he?
He's very professional.
He's always so professional.
That's how those
Whoa,
Seattleites
where'd you get the trucker hat on the...
Oh yeah, I put that trucker hat. I put your trucker hat on the thing. Yeah, and so
cool.
there we go. There's the slides. So yeah, and by the way, though, everybody, come see Dave and I play in episode 1 for the 3rd time on Saturday night, whatever, July 6th.
Hopefully we'll get to play.
Jesus.
If I don't have 1,000 emails for support.
Yeah. So good. On behalf of my special guest, Digital Dave, and my 2 co-hosts, that is, Leroon and Furied Fate, thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you next time, and until then, good gaming, everyone.